What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, and I kind of was presented with an example that made a lot of sense, and it kind of puts into perspective like what's going on with the whole Assassin's Creed Shadows, the whole samurai thing and whatnot. So let me explain what's going on. What we have going on is a commenter, a viewer, had stated, and again, if anybody disagrees, I don't want anybody verbating this person. He actually presents a lot of logical conclusions as to what the problem is with Assassin's Creed Shadows, in his opinion. And I actually respect it because he actually does come through with some great examples. But one example he used, I think he shot a little too high, but it makes sense. So it was stated that he said, imagine if they were doing a video game about the Civil War in the United States, and Harriet Tubman was actually I don't remember the exact rank that he gave, but that's irrelevant, but it was a high ranking like official of the US military of the North at that time, and was able to, you know, sneak people out and everything. Now, the correlation is that that was basically what they did with Yasuke. They took somebody who was ordinary, somebody who was confusing to, you know, the people at the time, somebody who they thought was just had ink all over their skin somehow. That's actually how it was described. So they believe, you know, like this is Yasuke, you know, really weird that this guy looks the way he does. We're going to give him this name. And then all of a sudden, you know, unhistorically, they give him the rank of samurai. Now, it is to my understanding, again, that he was granted retainer status, which some people will argue that that's full samurai status. I always thought of a retainer as something like a squire to a knight, you know. So that is what I believed prior to hearing all these stories, and way before Assassin's Creed Shadows, I did hear, you know, there were some, I guess, discrepancies where retainer, he was still trained as a samurai, but only, you know, so that he knew, I guess, which sword or whatever to like bring to, like, you know, or give to like the samurai who was going into battle or whatnot, you know, things like that, like minor things. Okay. This is why I believe that this example is so great, because it takes small details like that and then they alter it for the sake of fiction. Okay? The whole thing with Yasuke, everybody without even playing the game is assuming that this man was just automatically trained as a samurai. They were just like, oh, we love this big black dude, we're going to train him as a samurai. It's going to intimidate the other forces. You don't know yet what circumstances caused that. We don't know what goes on. Nobody knows the story right now except for UbiSoft. So in the example that I was given with Harriet Tubman, all of a sudden they were saying that, you know, like she became a high-ranking officer. Now, if I were to do a UbiSoft sort of fiction there, I would make it that she was working with, you know, like the North, and they showed her what points to go through in order to free slaves and whatnot. So, you know, they basically helped her to plan the routes of the Underground Railroad, and, you know, maybe they had some men stationed, maybe, I mean, the Underground Railroad supposedly, you know, they were just able to go safely back and forth, you know, into slave encampments, get some slaves, get them out with no problem. You know, if they threw in, you know, like they, for the sake of action, they threw in that, you know, like a couple of, you know, like Southern soldiers were guarding certain places and you had to sneak around or even assassinate certain ones of them, you know, I'm pretty sure that that right there is a UbiSoft game. Did it happen? Probably not. Could it have happened? Sure. Is it still going to get the seal that this is a work of fiction based on historical events? Absolutely. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys when I say you shouldn't get too mad just because Black Samurai, you know? And again, a lot of you do present like great arguments, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not, you know, saying that like you're inherently, absolutely, undisputably wrong. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that it's a game. You got to treat it as a game. And, you know, let them tell the story. Let's see what happens. If the story is literally forcing the narrative on you that this is absolute historic fact, then you have something to say. You know, then you could say, not that you don't have something to say, but then you're able to like vehemently say, hey, listen, they're absolutely wrong. This is absolute BS. You know, don't get worked up over a game that hasn't even happened yet, or hasn't released yet, that we don't even know the full story of. You know, nobody's talking about no way. Everybody's only concerned with the Black Samurai. It's crazy. When you go to the movies, you know, nobody argues that a person bit by a spider is not going to gain spider powers. Nobody argues that an alien from another world of humanoids landing here can be raised by humans, can digest our same food, and, you know, be powered by the sun. Nobody argues that. Nobody argues anything at all in any sort of movie. Why are we getting mad at what's going on in a video game? Especially when they clearly say
just leave me be.
It's a work of fiction. Do you see where I'm coming from? It is a work of fiction. Don't get bent out of shape. You don't even know the story yet. You don't even know what's going on. Yet a lot of people are just inherently getting super angry. No, I don't accept it. I don't accept it. It's a Black Samurai. No, he wasn't a samurai. No. During this proclamation, and they go into like scrolling, and sometimes you don't even know if they know what they're talking about, because, you know, they could be making that stuff up. Everybody all of a sudden becomes a scholar. That's insane. Everybody who is angry about that, not even knowing what the game is, I need you to give me a thesis on why a radioactive spider biting a human, turning them into a human spider hybrid actually works. I want you to explain to me how an alien from a humanoid planet lands here and our sun affects them differently. I want proof. I want indisputable proof. Because that's what you're saying over this game. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to get mad at Ubisoft when they do their faulty business practices, when they do some like really outlandish stuff, when they break the game. If they say Yasuke was 100% a samurai, you don't know what you're talking about, this, that, and the other thing, and they say that is not a work of fiction. When they say that Yasuke, his whole backstory and everything, what they created, is not a work of fiction, then I don't know what to tell you. Just stay mad, I guess. I don't know. They created a whole backstory. He had a lover on the ship. He was on this ship. He was bound for somewhere. The ship was attacked by pirates. And we're going to see all that. Nobody is arguing any of those details. The only thing people are arguing is him being a samurai. And that's what gets me. That's what I'm trying to convey to you guys. A lot of you come at me like, oh, you're just defending Ubisoft. No, I'm not defending Ubisoft. I'm defending fiction. I'm defending the idea of fiction. You are attacking a Black Samurai character. You are attacking fiction and claiming that it's fact. Don't claim that it's fact. Look at it as fiction. It is what it is. It's fiction. You know? If they do come out with something like that, And I keep monitoring. If they do come out with something that claims that this is 100% work of complete fact, then you go after it. If somebody came out with a story about, look, they even came out with a story about Connor. He was given command of like a bunch of troops. A Native American given command of troops. Nobody said anything about that. Nobody complained. Nobody said, oh, this Indian did not have control of American troops during the Civil War, allowing other troops to escape. Nobody has commented on that. Where are you? Where is that smoke? Where is that smoke? Nobody has it. Nobody has it. I'm trying to understand. Like, seriously. I'm not coming after anybody. I'm just saying, you gotta have the same smoke. You gotta have the same smoke. Your Viking game, Valhalla, broken, did not work. People defended that vehemently. I don't care, it's Vikings. Vikings are cool. They made Vikings look so whack, so boring. I don't even remember the full story of Valhalla. That's how just boring it was. But people defend it to the moon and back. What? I want to know, what are your thoughts? Do you believe that we're making too much of this whole Shadows thing? Do you think we're not making enough of a stink over Shadows? Do you think that anybody actually argued over Assassin's Creed 3 or Valhalla? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's have a discussion about it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah,